I'm Chad Eckert. That's not Eric Martins. This is the Fantasy Golf Pod, and we're not cracking beers yet. It's early. It's in the morning here on a Friday.
Drinking a little coffee.
Today is a special day for the pod. We were able to secure some amazing members of the fantasy golf community, content creators, business owners. Today we have that and more. We have a bike safety activist, Cecil Peters is here.
What's going on?
Cecil Peters on Twitter. Go follow him. It's Cecil, right? It's not Cecil.
It's Cecil, yeah. Matthew Wiley likes to call me Cecil, but he just does that to piss me off, so it is Cecil.
You're not Cecil Fielder. You're Cecil Peters.
Exactly. I'm my own man.
A long overdue appearance on this here pod. We've been trying to get you on. It's good to have you on.
I've been dodging, but I just couldn't escape it anymore.
Right. I was wondering though, are you gonna have internet issues because you're in like the middle of nowhere, Saskatchewan? Do you have internet at your house, or did you have to go to the public library to get on this interview?
I will definitely have internet issues at some point today. I pretty much do every time I turn this thing on. To be honest, I had to dust off my computer because I asked you, I was like, can I use my phone for this? Should I use my computer? But I figured I'd dust it off and see how it works. So hopefully we'll be all right.
I have internet issues with Eric pretty much weekly, so no big deal. Yeah, this isn't live by any means. We don't have to worry about that. We can always just edit it.
Yeah.
Good. I was going to ask you, Cecil, you're kind of you're known around Twitter as a poker, as like an instigator. And that's
what I do. I've done that ever since I was a kid. I like to poke. I think it's funny.
Well, you know what? We haven't had a true troll on our podcast interview series, so it's good to have you on. When did you begin this tweeting? When did this trolling begin, Cecil?
Probably only a couple of years ago. I can't remember an exact timeline. I kind of eventually started seeing some dumb stuff and couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer, and away we go.
So now, what is it that will get you to just troll someone immediately?
Anytime I see someone who just thinks a little too highly of themselves or takes themselves a little too seriously, that's kind of the main goal of it. Or else if it's just something that I think is dumb. It could be something completely normal, but if I think it's dumb, too bad.
Yeah, you're kind of the ego police, and I like that about you.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it doesn't get misconstrued as people thinking I'm an asshole, but if it does, that's all right. I'm not too worried about it.
Dude, it's the internet in 2020. Have some thick skin, people. Who have you trolled that has the weakest skin? Do you want to name a name or not?
The weakest skin, that's a tough one. There's definitely a few. Anybody that blocks you instantly and then you can't really get after it, that's always a bit of a disappointment. So
you're not trying to get blocked though, are you? You don't want people to block you. You want to get under their skin a little bit, have them fight back a little bit, and then you're friends at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Some people like to get blocked. I don't know. I guess you can see it as the badge of honor, I've heard it called. But yeah, I don't like to get blocked. It's no fun. You can't poke anybody after that. So every once in a while I'll get blocked, and then I'll eventually get unblocked, like Artie. I can't remember what I did to make Artie mad, but I made Artie mad one time, and then all of a sudden, I think at the start of this year in the Nagel show, I jumped in the chat room. First thing I said, first golf show of the year for him, and I typed in there, Artie, unblock me, and then he did, and we're good to go.
Nice.
Even though he's out spreading COVID around New York, that's all right. We don't mind.
Well, so have you poked anybody like famous or anyone high up that's responded or gotten angry and it's made you laugh?
No, nobody famous. I mean, let's be honest. Anybody in the golf Twitter, nobody's as famous as they think they are, which is, I guess, kind of the point of it. That's kind of when I go after people, is when they start thinking that they're more than they are. So there's not really anybody famous on there to troll, and anybody that's actually famous has social media managers running their stuff, and they're not actually responding. So,
well, has anyone trolled you back, or you're like, wow, that was a good response? Is there like a special response you've ever received?
Nothing that stands out. Every once in a while, they'll just respond, and if it's kind of boring and dumb, and if they respond with like numbers and calculations and stuff just to make my head spin, then I'll just kind of leave it alone. So I guess if you want me to back off, just bore me with stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, we'll just find someone else.
Well, like I said, we've got some people on this podcast to get to know them, get behind the Twitter handle, and just trying to figure out who you are. Who are you? What do you do with your life?
I'm a coffee delivery man. I drive around rural Saskatchewan and I drop coffee off for people. It's easy.
Uh-oh, we really lost him. Did I lose you? Internet issues. Hello. Was that me or you?
Hello.
You there?
I don't know. You were frozen for a second there, but
Okay.
we are back.
You were just about to say you deliver coffee and it's easy.
Yeah, I just drive around, especially right now during the coronavirus. No businesses are open, so any places that are still open, I have to just basically leave at the front door. So I'm just a glorified UPS man now, I guess. Just drop it off and leave.
Okay. Well, we also mentioned at the top of the pod that you're a bike safety activist. Is that like a badge of honor for you? You're out there making sure people are wearing helmets?
Yeah, that's right. You gotta make sure you're wearing your helmet when you're riding bikes, especially with me. I got 3 kids, so they gotta know that they gotta wear their helmets on. So used to ride around without it, and they go, Dad, why are you gonna ride around without a helmet on when I have to? So
Exactly.
yeah,
Well,
throw it
okay.
on, look like a goof, and away you go.
Right.
Post a couple pictures, and it takes off.
Dude, you look very sexy in those helmets, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's the name of the game. I'm hoping to get a helmet sponsor, but no one's come knocking yet.
How many brands make helmets? Like one?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a few.
You are a business person, though, and this is a very important thing here. You started this website that's just taken off. It's just taken over. Hardo.org. Amazing. Where did you come up with this? How did you find the people that work there as well?
Well, I'll tell you the backstory on now, and it's pretty easy. We wanted to be the PXG of websites, the most expensive. We work the hardest, but we don't really produce any real winners or anything. But we'll charge you, and we'll work hard. But if you're looking to win anything major, it's just not going to happen. So we got 2 guys on staff. We got Chris Hollander. I think he's been on the show before. He's our resident video guru. Posts his videos online all the time. And then we got Scotty, who runs IT and doesn't do a whole lot. He just collects a paycheck and goes home. But that's all right.
You said you charge for this site. How much do you charge?
It's kind of a members only benefit. You don't know what you get. You don't know what you're getting charged on the card until you submit it. So
nice. So just sign up for hardo.org, and then all of a sudden you just give them your credit card. Whatever they charge you, they charge you. That's how it goes.
First monthly goes until your card expires. Good to go.
And you're charging people during the corona too, obviously, right?
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. You
gotta keep the lights on.
Yeah.
So when did you first start getting into fantasy sports? Are you a big fantasy sports guy, or are you just?
No, not really. I mean, I got a fantasy football league with my buddies from high school that we played in, which is kind of falling apart every year. It seems there's another guy that's gone, and yeah, other than that, nothing much. I just kind of dabble in the golf and the NHL now, and that's about it.
Okay. So you're a hockey guy because you're up in Canada. I mean, I'm in Minnesota, and everyone loves hockey, but I'm not. I do basketball and golf. Like, I don't care about hockey. Do you care about hockey?
Yeah, hockey and golf. Those are kind of my two. I don't care about the NFL. Don't care about the NBA. It's kind of just those two. And hockey Twitter's not too exciting. So golf Twitter's what gets the attention.
All right, it's fun. Now, we're talking to everybody that we've had on the pod about their weekly process and just getting to know how they play DFS. How do you donate to DraftKings each week?
I got a couple things that I do. One, like I said, I drive around delivering coffee all day. So usually Monday to Wednesday throughout the week, I put on about 1,500 kilometers. So I basically just listen to a bunch of podcasts while I go. So I'll throw them on and I'll be behind the wheel just driving, yelling at my speakers when anybody says anything dumb. But it's like, man, I got 8 hours of driving over the next couple of days. I got to do something to pass the time. So I listen to that. I don't take any of it into account when I make my team or teams, and away we go.
Dude, the hate listen. That's half the people that listen to us, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what kind of contests are you in? Are you in single entries? Do you make 150 lineups? Do you have that time?
You know what? Do I have that time? Probably time, yeah. Do I have that skill? No, definitely not. I don't know. I'm not like everybody else where they have a certain process every week. I like to change it up every week. One week I'll play one team and I'll put it in a few things. And then one week I'll play 3 teams. And then one week I'll play 20. And then I have attempted to make 150 a couple times, but that requires me turning my computer on, and I'm not overly interested in that. So that's usually for me. I think I did it once or twice last year. It didn't go over very well. And everybody says, oh, you gotta, if you're going to do it, you got to stick with it. You got to do it for like 10 weeks in a row. Fuck that. I'll do it twice. And that's good. So
yeah, no,
didn't work out. Change it up.
Dude, I've never imported rosters into DraftKings. So just straight up, I don't know.
I hate it. It took me probably 30 minutes to figure out how I was DMing a couple guys that I know of how to do it. I'm like, how do I actually do this? Like, it opens in Excel and then you got to copy and paste it into DraftKings somehow. And yeah, it's a nightmare.
The only time I've attempted to do that, it's fucked it up, and then I've had to like delete all the teams out, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're sitting one by one on your phone, just withdrawing entries one at a time. I think
Mad
that was the
tweeting at
last time
DK assist, like, can you just do this for me?
I think that was the last time I opened my computer to go on DraftKings was probably, I don't know, probably the middle of the year last year to attempt that. Other than that, yeah, it's all on the phone. But yeah, and honestly, I'll play anything from $20 3 max. I'll play the 444 if I've had a good week previously. It's kind of like if I have a good week the week before, then I'll play a little more and lose it all. And if I have a bad week, I'll just deposit a little bit and play that. Bankroll management's not my thing.
Yeah. It's for fun, dude. This is gambling. We know it. Has it ever resulted in you winning a hashtag MegaProfit and actually getting money that you could remove from DraftKings and put into your bank account and pay bills with? Have you done that?
Yeah, every once in a while. I mean, I don't think I've ever won anything more than what I've put in, but it's all right. Every once in a while you win a couple grand and then kind of lose it over the next few weeks, or you've lost it a few weeks before. So I don't know. I mean, it's cool to say like, oh yeah, I won $3 grand this week, but then it's like, well, I've lost $3 grand the month before. So did I really win anything? But it kind of feels like you did. You put in a couple $100 every week, and then it's kind of like a natural expense. Like you're going to lose a couple $100 each time, and then all of a sudden you get $3 grand. It's like a bonus.
What do you think about the guys that screenshot and that have put in $5,000 and they win $15,000 and they're bragging? What do you think of that?
Love the screenshots. What an idea. Can you imagine that? I don't know. The way I look at it is anytime you have something that's worth screenshotting, clearly it's something that doesn't happen often. Like you're not gonna screenshot. Say you win $600 every week. You're not gonna screenshot $600 every week. So if you win $600 and you screenshot it, guess what? That's probably the only time you've won $600 in a long time. So I don't know. I mean, it's obviously misleading, but who cares? Everybody can do what they want. It's not a big deal. It's just enjoyable to poke at it every once in a while. These guys they all make more money at this than I do anyhow. So
if they're affected by us tweeting at them, they need to figure their shit out.
They can have their money. We can have our fun. Simple as that. I think I'd say I get better scores in hockey though.
Okay.
Just because hockey's kind of like you only pick a few. I can't remember. There's like 8 or 9 roster spots, but you basically just pick a couple lines. So it's really like you're just picking 2 players and you just hope to get the right ones and get lucky. And I got lucky a couple times last year, and I think I won the 333 a couple times last year, which isn't like golf where it's 100K at top. There's like 100 dudes, so it's like 5K, but it won that a couple times. And
it keeps you alive.
I got stuff that I got to pay off. Usually it's like, okay, I need a roof this year. Let's try to hit for a couple grand. It's like this year I need a fence. So I'm almost got enough for a fence. I just need a couple more good weeks, and then you'll get a fence, or I need to pay off the minivan. Just little chunks at a time like that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Okay, so now when you're gambling and you bet on someone, what's your betting card look like? Do you have a betting card? Are you a bettor?
No, almost never. Every once in a while I will. I like to post the in-round $15,000 bet screenshots, but I'll make like it's subtly obvious that it's not actually placed. Like I'll physically type the letter D in the screenshot under place bets, and people go, "Oh, show me the actual ticket. Prove you placed the bet." I'm like, dude, it says placed. What are you talking about? Like, no,
people really engaging you with this shit.
I'm obviously not betting $15,000 mid-round that Sanjay M's going to win the Honda.
Or that Joseph Bramlett's going to win.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not betting 20 grand on J Bram.
Who is this Joseph Bramlett guy? How do you know him?
So Joseph Bramlett I found in, I think it was the Sony. I played him in Showdowns. I like to play Showdowns more than the regular golf. I'm sure we'll get into that in a bit. But he had a couple good rounds there, so I'd been playing him in a bit of Showdown. And then the next week he was like $6,200. And I was like, I remember this name. I played him a couple times last week. So I think I rostered him, and I think he sucked that week. It was the American Express or something, and he was horrible. But I was like, yeah, this guy, like, this is my guy. So I started tweeting about him and stuff, and then I ended up messaging him on Instagram. And he's like, oh yeah, man. Like, I don't know how he saw it. He's like, yeah, me and my buddies, which I think is Mav McNeely. That's like his buddy on tour. He's like, yeah, we saw your tweets and we were just like dying laughing. So now me and Jay Bram are buddies. We chat every once in a while. And yeah, he's a good dude.
Dude, you also are buddies with the Outlaw Tour.
Yeah, Outlaw Tour, great guy.
That's hilarious.
He has the same tweeting styles I have, so.
So it's confusing on Twitter now with your avatar. But the Outlaw Tour, are you doing any of this? Because that's strictly Showdown, and you like Showdown. Are you doing any Outlaw betting?
Everybody every week keeps posting like, oh, DraftKings put up a full slate for the Outlaw Tour. Like, get out of here. It's 3 days. I don't want a full slate for it. Just play every day. It's all good. These guys are just birdie machines. You're just hoping to – it's kind of different than regular golf. In regular golf, it's like you want to hit the one or two guys that goes really good and then just have a couple guys that kind of stay at par. But in Outlaw, if you have anybody that's like one over par or even or one under, you're just screwed for the day. You basically need all your guys to go nuts. So
good. Course records.
Yeah. But yeah, the Outlaw Showdown, the Outlaw Twitter guy, he's great. He kind of has the same tweeting style as me. So it really helps with the two avatars. It helps the confusion a little bit. So
it's great. It's like, did Cecil say that or did somebody else say that? Like, what's going on?
That's right.
No, it's fun. And then we sent you a sweatshirt, so that'll be fun. We got to do another pod where we put our sweatshirts on together and like cheers.
Do a hashtag unboxing.
Yes.
Dave Portnoy style.
Okay, last couple things. I want to get through a list of questions I have here at the end. I got I'll rapid fire some stuff at you. Course history or recent form, does it matter to you?
Yeah, I mean, how can it not? Nothing makes me laugh more than the course history isn't real argument. Like, that literally makes no sense. It's like saying World War II history isn't real. Like, it's history. It legitimately happened. Like, no one's looking at World War II and looking at death statistics and going, oh yeah, that's just noise. So that's not anything we could read into. Like, yeah, dude, it happened. So
right.
Course history is obviously a real thing.
Okay. Do you look at statistics?
I look at my one stat, strokes gained golf shots. That's the one you need.
Tell us more about strokes gained golf shots. Why is this such a good stat to know?
I mean, it just tells you how many shots a golfer needs to hit his golf ball to get through the round. And I mean, that's the name of the game. The less shots, the better you do. So the more strokes you gain in golf shots, better your chance of winning. Simple as that. Yeah.
Well, amazing. Okay, so you said Showdown strategy. Do you have any strategy or a rule of thumb for Showdown? Because I'm terrible.
Yeah, so here's the thing with Showdown. Everybody says, and I think I've heard a couple people on your pod go, yeah, Showdown is it's less strategy. There's less edge. Everybody knows what to do. There's more luck. Like, yeah, no shit. Why do you think I like it better? Don't have to put in this much work. It's easier. Obviously, I'm going to be better at it. There's less strategy. I'm not like a skilled DFS player. So the more luck you can bring into it, the better it is for me. So Showdown's where it's at.
So you just throwing darts at players then, or what's the?
Yeah. So I like to make like my usual. Generally, I only make one or two teams for the regular slate. So I'll make that, and then the Showdown round one's usually basically like if it fits, basically the same team. It's like, well, there's not going to be any difference between who I like for round one. So I'll play that, and then it's kind of like a nice way of keeping it alive because usually my main team's dead after the first day. So it's like, well, fuck, what am I supposed to do now? So then you just play Showdown, and usually I'll kind of play the same guys a few days in a row. It's kind of nice to follow the guys that way. And then for the next week, it's like, oh, this guy was popping off in the Showdowns. People might not notice him. That's kind of how I find a guy like Joseph Bramlett, who actually paid off a couple times on Showdowns, and I think it was Pebble Beach. He had a couple good rounds. So fun. Yeah. It's
now, what about Euro DFS? Are you dabbling in the European tour?
Not a lick. Not one bit. I don't know. It's just like it's on when I'm sleeping. Just not that interested in it. Like,
well,
sure, it's
okay.
great. It's not like I'm going to stay up till 3 a.m. watching golf. So,
or pretend to care about those people you've never heard of.
Yeah, exactly. I do that on the Outlaw Tour. You don't need to go for that.
Yeah. Now, do you play golf? You're in Saskatchewan, Canada. What's the golf season like?
So the golf season is May to kind of September, October. So all the courses usually open up start of May if we're lucky.
Yep.
And then, yeah, usually by the end of September, it's kind of getting too cold for golf. So
similar to here. What do you think about golf etiquette? There's been a couple of controversial topics. Wearing your hat backwards on the course. Do you have opinions on that?
Yeah, you got to wear your hat backwards on the course.
Right.
wearing it forward, you just look like a goof. So unless you got a bucket hat, I'm getting into the bucket hat game this year. So it covers all the bases. You got it backwards, you got it forwards, you got it sideways.
No
Bucket
cancer.
hat.
Hello. We mean
Exactly.
That's great.
Yeah. So I'm getting into the bucket hat game. But yeah, I mean, who cares how you wear your hat? You can wear a clown wig if you want. What's the difference?
No,
Doesn't
okay,
matter.
exactly. What about shorts? Do you think professional golfers should be allowed to wear shorts?
Yeah. So basically for me, I'm a big shorts guy. As soon as about April hits on the calendar, I'll put on shorts, and then I won't touch pants again until basically I wear shorts all golf season, like at work, at home, anytime. Once the shorts come on, it's like you might as well burn all my pants for the year because I'm not putting them on. So yeah, I'm definitely a shorts guy. Gotta let the legs get out there.
What about this flag stick thing? Do you care? Are you pulling the flag stick, or are you just leaving that in less work?
I'll usually leave it in. I mean, it's less work. Why would you go pull it out and then leave it in? Sometimes you can hammer off the flag stick. It doesn't really matter this year because you have to leave it in. I golfed where they had those race cups. You just hammer the golf ball at the hole, and it's like it saves you like 5 strokes around because you don't have to worry about pace. You just fire it at the hole, and as long as your line's good, you're in. So yeah, I'm a big fan of leaving the flag stick in. I don't really see the difference. Like it's not like I'm good enough where it's going to make a difference to my golf game if the flag sticks in or out. So just leave it in.
Right. Golfers on the PGA Tour that you consider your brand, do you have them besides Bramlett? Is there a guy that you're like, this is my guy, I will always try to cheer for him, or I like him because he's a controversial guy like Bryson or Patrick Reed or something?
Yeah, so it used to be Brooks, but then Brooks got cool and everybody liked Brooks. So I mean, Brooks is obviously awesome. He's basically the perfect golfer in terms of like attitude and shit. He just doesn't care. So it's kind of hard not to like Brooks, but everybody does. So it's hard to make that your brand. It's like, well, that's everybody's brand guy. Even Patrick Reed and Bryson, like I love those guys, but everybody's kind of starting to switch on them. It's almost like it's cool to like those guys now because they create so much media and stuff. So I actually like. I'm not like a big on like online. I don't talk with this guy much, but I really like Cam Champ. I play Cam Champ almost every slate because nobody ever plays him because he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But every once in a while, it's like, oh, he has a great week. Like the Safeway. I think the Safeway when he won, I had him at like 2% ownership, and I think I only had 5 guys make the cut. But I almost stick down a few things that week just because it's like, man, nobody likes this guy.
What about the DFS Open? Have you ever considered flying down to Florida and doing a golf tournament with people from Twitter?
I definitely have not considered flying down to Florida and doing a golf open, but I will consider DFS Open North as long as it's not made into like a big deal. Like as long as it's not like, oh man, we're the DFS Open, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. As long as you don't get too high and mighty about yourselves, I'll come play golf. It's all good.
Well, then come down for the 3M Open. We're gonna try to do something that week.
Yeah, it'd be a good time.
If they allow that. Now, do you think they're going to allow fans do you think something's going to happen around November and we're going to get ruined and not have a Masters?
No, I think it'll all go through. It'll be fine. What's the big deal? Everybody is out there golfing. They'll all be fine. They're all young and healthy, and just keep the raisins away from the course and we'll be good to go.
Nobody on the Outlaw Tour has had the virus.
No, I mean, I've tweeted a couple times that guys have missing rounds from doctor's appointments, but turned out to be fake news. I had bad sources, but whatever. It's not my fault.
Yeah, you're just trying to report the news. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about before I get you out of here?
Well, I got a couple questions for you actually. In regards to MegaProfit, what would you do if say you won, whatever, you fluked out, got massively lucky, and you won like $100,000? Like, what do you do the next week? Are you still playing DFS? Are you still playing $20? Are you just bored of it? I've always wondered about that. Like, you win $100,000. It's like, what are you going to do the next week? Like, oh yeah, I'm super psyched to hopefully turn my 30 into 60. Like, that's not exciting anymore.
No, yeah, you probably do have to step your shit up a little bit. I'd probably try to lose as much as I could so I don't have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah. That's why you got to move up to Canada. There's no taxes you can pay, and you get the conversion rate. It's like an extra $400,000 on.
Oh yeah,
it's like an extra $400,000 the way it is right now. So
I don't know. I'm not even going for $100,000. I never even try to win $100,000 in those contests because I know it's like, it's a scam, dude. By DraftKings.
That's what I think. Like, if you're gonna win one of those huge contests, like that's beyond getting lucky. That's just like a straight up fluke. Like that's why I like seeing screenshots of like the guys that won $100,000. It's like you got beyond lucky. Like if you're gonna win, if you legitimately wanted to win $100,000, you'd have to play like the 444 with 2,000 people, whatever. At least then it's like you still got to get lucky, but at least then it's like, well, there's a bit of a chance. But if you win, say $5 and turn it into 100, like that's beyond a fluke. Like,
Yeah, dude, my buddy Ed, I know from high school, won 150 grand on $5.
did he? Nice.
He won the Drive the Green in a year and a half ago, and he like had twins the week before too. It was like baby swag with twins. It worked.
Yeah, that gets you hooked. That gets you hooked real quick.
Oh, the wife is letting him play DraftKings now. That's for sure.
But I mean, that's kind of where that's kind of where the trolling thing comes from. It's like you see all these things, and it's like these guys aren't as good as they think they are. And half. I love seeing some guys win it, and some it's like, oh man, I fucking hate that guy. I'm pissed that he won. But then you think about it, you're like, you know what? You just know that guy's just gonna piss that money away in the next 2 months. So then you just kind of chuckle at it, and it's like, yeah.
Dude, you know that he won, but this is like just broke even, and now his wife's like, okay, I guess you can continue doing this terrible career.
I guess we'll keep playing for a little bit. So
anyone that's doing DraftKings professionally they're not winning any money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sure some guys are, but it's never going to be me. It's it kind of drives you nuts when all the numbers guys win. It's like they don't even know anything about the sport. That's like when I listen to the podcast, you can really tell the difference between like the golf guys and the numbers guys. And it's like, the numbers guys are usually the guys winning, but I don't want to win that way. That's no fun. I want to win because I want to play a hunch on like a 3% old guy that I'm like, you know what? I think Cameron Champ's going to do great this week. Nobody's going to play him because he doesn't make sense, and then he's going to win. That's how I like to win.
Oh, yeah. I always hear like Rick Run Good talk crap about Cam Champ's stats because they're bad.
Get out of here. Rick Run Good. There's another guy. I love trolling Rick. I'm borderline 100% sure he has me muted because I'll respond to almost everything he says, and he's not responded once. So either he just doesn't care, which whatever. Like he's got to have me muted at this point. But I love him posting like the Xbox videos with like a 57 or the hole in one. It's like, oh, great round, Rick. Way to go. And I'm always like pumping his tires, but everybody obviously knows I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, he definitely hates you for sure. Yeah. Do you play video games? Are you doing that thing or whatever it is? Golf club?
No, never. I don't have I have a Nintendo Wii in my house. That's like the original Wii. And it's like the eject button's broken, so it's just stuck with Super Mario Bros. In it, which is a great game. So it's all good.
Not bad.
That's all we got here. So
well, do you want to give any shout outs to your guy Stewie or anything before I get you out of here?
Love Stewie. We got a shout out to Charlie R. Charlie R has been begging for me to come on here for a while, so that's my guy. Love Charlie.
Dude, I couldn't believe he hit up Wiley's thread about you and me talking.
Every time. That's like his question for Wiley's podcast. When are you getting Cecil on? So
well, that's amazing. Sure. I'm glad we got you on, and we're definitely having you back because I'm doing that unboxing because that's like really big on YouTube. So maybe our page will blow up if we start unboxing Outlaw sweatshirts.
We'll get the Outlaw stuff going. So I got another funny Outlaw thing though this week. I think it was day one. It kind of really shows you how the guys are just playing the numbers game with the DFS. So the first day, I think there was the $100 single entry. There's 166 guys in it, right? 10 of them had, and they won. So whatever. This is what I say. The numbers guys are always smart. They always win. I always lose. Whatever. I think it was a 10-way tie for first, all with the exact same lineup. It's like none of you know these guys. Like, how do you end up on the exact same lineup? So I mean, obviously they're just going to like the Roto Grinders optimizer and hitting best lineup, and that's what shows up. And then there's 10 guys for first. There's like 2 guys after that with like individual lineups, and then there's another like 11-way tie for 10th. It's like, man, come on. And then which should be easy. I should be able to just beat those guys, but of course I'm sitting in like dead last, losing everything because I played as shitty golfers. But that's what I do.
Me think there's like a need for private league play on the lobby where I mean, there is those leagues that you could play, and that's kind of what you do with your buddies behind the scenes. But I think there needs to be more of that, and that needs to shift because all we're doing is giving DraftKings a rake and letting these stat nerds take our money.
But I don't know. I don't even know that these guys are sharing lineups. Because some of those guys guaranteed had head-to-heads against each other with the same lineup. It's like you guys are basically just passing money around, which
DraftKings doesn't mind.
I'd love to say that I'm beating them, but I'm usually not. But that's fine. I'm not here to win money. Like I said, I'm here to win a couple grand every couple months. I'm here to try to withdraw a bit and pay for a roof, pay for a fence, pay for a van, whatever.
Right.
That's what we're here for. And then I'm just here to get people fired up.
Dude, we love it.
But I will
continue.
I I need some more golf content. Everybody that does podcasts, it's all kind of the same now. So you'll notice I haven't done any hardware reports for a while because I got nothing new. Everybody just keeps saying the same stuff. I can't keep making fun of the same stuff. So any content creators out there, just give me some new material to work with because I got writer's block over here.
Joe and I are starting a betting podcast, so that'll give you a lot of stuff.
That's going to be horrible.
That sounds like a great way to
get
back on the horse of trolling us.
Yeah, that's right. But
honestly though, thank you for coming on and your continued support of the pod. It's appreciated, and we love poking back too. So more fun on Twitter. It's great.
That's the difference. Some people poke back, and some people get mad and block. And I think my favorite comment is like you're just a internet keyboard warrior tough guy. Like, yeah, no shit. This is the internet. What do you want me to do? Fly down to Minnesota and kick your ass? Like, I'm not gonna hop on a plane and come down there. What am I supposed to do? Right. I literally have no other means of contact with you than making fun of you online, unless you actually think I'm going to fly down.
Like, yeah, and imagine like really caring about
maybe that's
Twitter.
That's what I do if I want something big. Just fly around and go get the shit kicked out of me by all these guys that I pissed off. And like, hey, you've been wanting to take some shots. Here you go.
Dude, I bet there's some people who wanted to see you show up to that DFS Open and then look at you.
Yeah, Gup, you want to curb stomp me? Here, I'm right here. Take a couple shots and we're good to go. I always wanted to I never mind getting punched in the face. It's fun, you know? You got to talk a little smack and take your hits and move on. Just do it with a smile on your face.
We've all been there.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, dude, let's do it again. I'm going to have you back on in like a couple days, dude, because then we can have that unboxing.
Mine will probably take a little longer to get up here and get up here in the sticks in Canada. So as soon as it shows up, I'll let you know and we'll pop on again.
Sweet.
I'll come with some stories.
Well, where do we want to find you if we want to watch you troll other people on Twitter?
Just on Twitter at CCPetes, CECPETES. It's the guy with the Outlaw Tour logo. So follow him too.
Thanks, dude.
We're basically a team on there.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
Right on.